Pecorine didn't look great in games 1 and 2 in Pittsburgh. Has since bounced back with 2 stellar performances, Timmy, at home. On the other side, your boy, Matt Murray. He was getting Conn Smythe talk after game 2, but looked a little more human in Nashville in games 3 and 4.
After taking over in the Sens series, Murray has allowed just 7 goals in 5 games. In the Stanley Cup final, he's given up 12 goals in 4. So, Sydney, I ask you, there is a conversation that has taken place in the hockey world over the last 12 and a half hours. With an experienced Marc-Andre Fleury waiting in the wings, is there any way the Pens make a goalie change for Game 5?
I don't think they do, and I didn't see enough from a disaster standpoint from Matt Murray to say it's warranted. I understand, though, if Mike Sullivan looks at his options and doesn't know where else to go. As we just talked about with John Shannon earlier in the show here on Tim and Sid, like, what are the moves here? Nick Bonino gets hurt. It's not like you have a wealth of guys. I don't see a P.A. Parento ready to come in for Mike Sullivan and give him some minutes that matter. I just don't see it. If you're looking to change things up, there are times where all you got is your goalie, whether it's warranted or not. And that's the only reason why I would slightly entertain this from Pittsburgh's perspective and not completely discount it. But would I personally take out Matt Murray? No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not completely ruling it out as an option, and I wouldn't rip Mike Sullivan for going down that road for a variety of reasons.
It's so interesting to me because on the other side, I get it. You're trying to make a change. There aren't a lot of changes to be made. You're trying to stem the tide. But isn't going home enough? I mean, we saw, as the Predators went to Nashville, a legitimate conversation about whether or not they should yank Pecorine. What's happened since? He's back in the conversation for the Conn Smythe.
Best goal,
right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just, I understand the games are more spread apart than they have been in the past, and there is more time for jagoffs like us to get involved into it, but just let it be, right? Like, they went to Matt Murray for a reason.
Did you just Beatles it? Did you just go Beatles on the Stanley Cup?
To let it be, but
let it be.
Let it be. It's what we do. And it's in all parts of society right now. We're going to investigate things that don't really need investigating. Listen, Marc-Andre Fleury played fantastically in his time. He cooled off, and as soon as Mike Sullivan had the chance to go back to Matt Murray, he did like this. And he's not going to go back to Marc-Andre Fleury.
I don't think he is either.
Unless he's somehow convinced by the chatter in the media. And if you're in Pittsburgh and you're trying to think of things to talk about, that could be one of them. I get it. But I just don't see them going away from Matt Murray with a series tied at 2 games apiece. Not after, I mean, you're praising him after 2 games. You're crushing Pecorine. We flip it around, 2 games in Nashville, and it's the complete opposite thing. And people aren't acting like it's a joke. And it's pretty damn near close to a joke.
But 'tis the way sometimes in the playoffs, right? Like the NBA final, which we haven't talked about a ton, coming up tomorrow night, Game 3. Everyone's acting like it's over. Have you never seen? It's not. Have you never seen a playoff series in your life ever?
It's because it is.
That's not how it works, though, Tim. You know that.
No, it's over.
You're saying it's over.
This one's over, yeah.
No, not you, Tim. I'm going to Goodwill Hunting this. Not you, man.
Yeah, it's over.
Not you, man. Not you. Don't tell me you think it's over. I mean, you've seen a million playoff series in your life in every sport. Don't tell me you think that's over.
Someone could get hurt, yeah.
Someone could get hurt.
If nobody gets hurt, it's over.
Come on, man. Don't be that way with the NBA Finals. Not you.
It's over.
Not you, Tim.
I said this last year. They lost. Honestly. I said this last year. I will call myself out, unlike many other shows in this world. I said this last year. I watched the first 2 games. They only confirmed what I thought. That was the Warriors were the better team. This year around, they have Kevin Durant to add to the mix. There's no Harrison Barnes to go cold. It's over.
By the way,
unless someone gets hurt.
Kevin Durant,
let's go back to hockey.
First 2 games in the final, 71 points. Harrison Barnes last year, first 2 games, 67 points.
They figured out a way to slow down.
Then he sucked.
Right. But Harrison Barnes is not Kevin Durant.
Correct. Correct.
Correct.
I combined words there.